I'm Nick Allen. Joining me today is HBU soccer star Roman Holt. Thank you for taking the time to join me today.
Of course, thank you.
So Roman, raised in Tampa, Florida, currently live in Philly. Eagles fan, not a big fan of it though. San Diego State is on the complete opposite side of the country from both of those cities. So why? Talk to me first about your recruiting process and your decision to go to San Diego State.
Yeah, going through the recruiting process for the first time out of high school, I think they just checked a lot of my boxes when it came to soccer, school, life. San Diego's a beautiful city, great school to go to. So, it wasn't the most difficult decision when going through that process. But yeah, I wouldn't change it for sure. So I enjoyed my time.
Redshirted your freshman year at San Diego State. So talk about that experience of you not playing, but instead learning how the college game worked. Did it help at all? Talk about that experience.
Yeah, I thought it was really important. Obviously, coming from high school and academy levels, you don't really college is very different to that. Physically, mentally, the season's a lot shorter. There's a lot more games in a short period of time. So it was definitely a good experience. And then obviously you have a different camaraderie with your teammates than you would at an academy level. There's kind of more age gap between everyone. That was a really good group of guys that I played with that year. So yeah, I thought it was really important for me to learn kind of the college game in my time there. It was great.
You talk about the experience there. Talk about how you grew and developed, not just as a player, but as a person as well.
Yeah, I thought I developed a lot. Obviously, I think everyone says when they go to college, I thought I had it a lot more figured out than I did when I got there. I was like, oh, I'm just super mature and all this. And I'm not sure that was really the case with everything. But I thought I did a good job of, growing as a person, as a player. I thought, especially in the fall to the spring, I thought the spring, I was really finding my footing and all that. So yeah, I think it was a good experience for me. Definitely, everyone there was great. Still a lot of people I talked to today, a lot of friends I've made. And
I have to be all West Coast to East Coast.
Yeah.
Talk about your decision to leave the West Coast, come to HBU. What was your drawing factor to come to High Point?
Yeah, I think Zach said a little bit before, but they didn't have to sell the program to me. I really saw this as a place where I could hopefully contribute as much as I could. And this is a top program, and this is a great point in the country for a lot of great other programs. And I think High Point stands out. High Point stands out a lot. And talking to Zach, talking to Gil, Mason, Tony, all through the recruiting process, I thought it was a no-brainer for me to choose to come here. And then obviously we have so many good other student athletes on the team. And then I've met a lot of really good friends on the team as well. So I think it was a great decision, and I couldn't go better.
How much of an immediate difference was it from San Diego State to High Point? Talk about the adjustment and the noticeable differences between the two schools.
Yeah, not too many differences in terms of the soccer and the team and all that. There's a lot of similarities when it comes to that stuff. Roster size. There's a lot of similar personalities in soccer, I would say. But I would say the difference is obviously like school size. San Diego State was a lot bigger of a school, like 35,000 people, and this is like 6.
Yeah.
So it was definitely an adjustment for me, class-wise as well. Smaller classes, not big lectures, so learning was it was more of a high school, that tighter knit class where a teacher knows your name, professor knows your name. So I enjoyed that part of it actually.
Yeah.
I think I learned better that way. And yeah, I think there was a lot of differences, but I think the guys made it really easy to adjust. We had a lot of newcomers rather than last one. I think it was like 17 men make up 17 guys in a range, but there was a lot of people. So I think everyone that was returning made it a goal of theirs to get everyone to kind of mesh together, and I think we did a really good job of that. We had a really great year last year because of their work to get us all accustomed to it.
First game of the season last year, NC State.
Yeah.
Take me through the moments leading up to the injury and describe what happened and what you felt as it was happening and as it happened.
Yeah, injury still from a tweak of your ankle in practice to trying your ACL or Achilles or whatever considered what procedures are. So I think in the moment I tried to deny I hope it's not too bad, and obviously you wait for MRI results and stuff like that. And obviously came back, had to get surgery, ACL. So I think that part for me, it was really important to have a really good support system. I think we have a really great group. Everyone's really supportive, and we've had a couple of guys that have gone through that before. So it was really helpful to me to have like their support and like their advice on things, and you can kind of have a bond with teammates, kind of, because that's such a tough thing to go through. So I think everyone that kind of has had that injury before, you kind of form like a bond over that thing. So I think like guys on our team now, like Noah Bierman, had 2 ACL injuries, and we're always in the rehab room, weight room, doing neat stuff.
Yeah.
So it's good to go through that. But yeah, I think my thought process going through all of it was just go day by day and just try to get a little bit better. It's hard, you look 9 months ahead and you're like, oh, I can get back on the field. But if you don't do the other stuff right, you don't really get to that point where you can enjoy all the hard work you went through. So it's kind of a daily motto for me.
That process of recovery, talk about the day in, day out. Take me through your day-to-day to getting back healthy and stronger. What did a day in the life of Roman Holt look like when you were in recovery?
Yeah, we had like Liz, our athletic trainer, who was so great through the process, still is. She's the best. But we kind of had like a plan going through it long term. And then we had like, obviously you have shorter term plans with that. So the first 3 months was a lot of like flexion and extension, which is like how far you can bend back and how far you can bend forward. And getting that to a point that was good. With like measurements and stuff. So it was a lot of those activities. And then after that 3-month point, which was around like Christmas time, so winter break, there's a lot of strength building. So it was weight stuff with our trainer, Matt, weight trainer Matt, who's the best as well.
Yeah.
He was really important too. And then kind of just going through that weight stuff process. And then like 5 months was like running. And I think 6 or 7 months was like cutting. And then 8 months was like return to non-contact, 9 months will return to contact. So I think, I talked about going through the everyday process, just trying to get a little bit better. I thought that was important. And then you could kind of push yourself, I think. Once you're able to do like get back in the weight room and stuff, I felt like I was in there a lot, which was good. And it was fun for me because it was like, your leg gets really small and then it's like building that muscle back. So I actually enjoyed going through that process. It was fun to like see actual results from what work you're doing.
Yeah.
So that was great.
So talk about the coaching staff, talk about the trainers. So just how much those people meant to you over those 9 months, the day in, the day out, getting you better, how much do those people made you?
No, it's so important. I think anyone on our team, you can ask how important Liz is, and the athletic training staff that we have is so great. I mean, and then as well as Matt Price, who's our strength trainer. It's just like it's so much better than anywhere in the country. And these guys are the best at what they do. Same with coaches. Our support system is professional level, and that's so important to all of us recovering from injuries or knocks or anything of that sort. I think it's kind of the behind the scenes work that kind of doesn't get shown when we have success on the field. A lot of it comes down to how good these people are at what they do, and like putting us in positions to succeed is so important. And these guys are the best in the country.
Back to the injury. When did you realize how bad the injury was, and when did it click in that, man, I might be out for a little while?
Yeah, I think I was kind of holding out hope for maybe a shorter term injury, so to say. But kind of like when you get the results back, it's like, all right, like this is going to be a long process. And sometimes I would look up like athletes that have gone through ACL injuries, whatever, and then the list is so long, and especially in soccer, there's a lot of players that have come back from this injury, like Virgil van Dijk, who's like you could argue the best center back in the last decade, which is the position I play, has come back from an ACL, and playing 60 or 70 games in one season. So I think like having proof of the hard work does pay off was super important for my mental state. And then I think just going about my business, working hard in the trainer room, weight room, that I got back on the field. I think just not being afraid of doing something to cause me an injury again, but like just being like, all right, let's just play the same way I played before I had a great game. So yeah.
When did you find out that it was a torn ACL? Take me through the emotions when you found out you're going to be out for the year. ACL.
Yeah, it's hard. I mean, obviously you want to be available for the guys. Going through one game, I hadn't really played in college yet. It was like in the second half of that Tuesday game, I was like, oh, I'm feeling good. I'm like, this is where I'm supposed to be, and like I'm excited to close out this game. So yeah, it was tough. But we had a lot of great teammates that year, and still teammates on the team now that were part of the team last year that were crucial, I think, to be getting over like a hump mentally and all that stuff. So I think that part was really important, and then we had so many guys step up. Not even just step up, but just perform really well last year, put us in a great spot. Obviously, we didn't get exactly where we wanted to go, but still an amazing season. So, yeah.
So you go all freshman year without playing, and then your first collegiate game, you tear your ACL. You spoke on a little bit. Talk about the mental side of the injury and how the injury not only affected obviously your physical, but also just importantly your mental, because you weren't able to play the game that you played since you were 5 years old.
Yeah. I think mentally it's tough. But I think I'm fortunate to have like a lot of good people in my corner, so to say, family members, coaches, my brother, my sister, my cousin, who's one of my really good friends, that I like spend a lot of time with them or talking to them, like on the phone or playing video games with them, stuff like that. It's just to kind of have other hobbies or interests other than soccer was important.
Yeah.
And then obviously when it came to get back to work, on the field and stuff like that, I thought everyone was super supportive, teammate wise. Liz is great, Matt's great, our coaches are great. So yeah, I thought if anyone had it in the easiest way possible to come back, had everything in their corner, it was me. So I just felt like I kind of had to do the easy part, which is put some of the work in the weight room and stuff like that. Just do my best. So
9 months is a long time. Talk about when you felt like you were finally 100%. When was that time frame? When was that?
Yeah, I mean, I felt good at like 8 months, I would say. It's hard sometimes when you look in the mirror and your left leg a little stronger or a little less strong than your right leg, and stuff like that. But I felt like mobility-wise, I feel like sometimes I'm still getting stuff back.
Yeah.
Because it's been like a year. But yeah, I think like 8 months when I started like training. I think we had a couple of trainings in April that I was able to participate in before we went back for the summer. And I think that's kind of at the point where I was like, okay, like it's go time. Like I'm able to do this again, and it was really exciting because it put 8 months, 9 months of work in, and finally able to reap the benefits of that work.
Did you ever feel discouraged through the process? And if so, what kept you motivated to push on until you were 100% to get back on the field?
But I think sometimes there's days where you don't feel as good as others, and you don't necessarily want to do the extra stuff or put all the work that maybe you could put into an activity. But I think just focusing on trying to do a little bit more the next day than you did the day before, I thought was super important to be trying to get back on the field. So I think that part mentally was very helpful. And when I was kind of discouraged or unmotivated, so to say, I thought I had that, kind of thing to look back on and be like, okay, I did this yesterday. Can I do this today?
Yeah.
It's super appreciating.
Fast forward months later, your first game back healthy is against a historic program like Georgetown. Take me through the hours, the minutes, the seconds leading up to the game. How much nerves did you have in that first game back after months of not playing? What was going through your mind, and how were you feeling leading up to the game?
Yeah, I was super excited. I think we were all super excited. Georgetown's a really, really top program. And yeah, playing at home, we always expect to go out there and impose our style of play and our culture, our identity to the other team. I thought we did that for the most part. Obviously, got to win, so yeah, that's the most important. And then I think from my personal side of things, I played a little bit over the summer, so I felt like I was able to kind of knock some of the rust and nerves out from not playing in games. So I think that was really important for me. And then I think when you're out for under the lights and you're playing against the top team, it's easy to get up for those games and compete with the guys. And I think we had a lot of confidence after the preseason we had that we were going to be able to put our best performance out. Hopefully that was going to be good enough to win. And I think it was.
Yeah. You played all 90 minutes. How was that first game back, and how much joy and happiness did it bring you being able to be back on the field? You said under the big bright lights for the first time. How was that being able to be back on the field healthy and strong?
Yeah, it was for the first time. I hadn't played 90 in a while, so I was a little tired after. But it was a really, really fun game. And it was great just being able to compete with the guys. We had a really, really good preseason where we played, two top opponents, and then we played ourselves in kind of a friendly match, inter-squad game. So I think we are super there. And then, just playing under the lights with the fans against a really good opponent. Those are the things. If we bring that kind of mindset mentality for the rest of the season, then I think we can do a lot of things.
0 to 90 minutes. How was that even possible?
Yeah, a lot of running.
You're finally back healthy, playing after 2 years and not being able to play the sport you grew up loving. Describe what it's like running out on the field. You spoke on it a little bit. Every single game now, the big legs. How was that moment? Do you take it more that you've gone through the ACL, you've gone through the retro season? You take it more every single time you run on the field?
Yeah, I think not being able to play puts a lot of things in perspective. So I think, you're a lot more grateful, or you have a little more gratitude for this. And I think it's important to not take things for granted. But at the same time, I think, once you're out there and playing, it is just a game. And it's important to, compute, do all the things, the little things on the field that, maybe you forget about when you're not playing. And it's, at the end of the day, it's really, really fun. So I think that's why I played soccer when I was 9, and I think it's important that I'd still play soccer to feel those feelings when I'm 20.
Yeah.
So yeah,
you all started off incredible. I think 15th ranked in the country right now at the moment. I just checked earlier. What are your own personal goals for the season, and then what are you looking to accomplish as a team?
Yeah, I think I just want to be the best version of myself.
Yeah.
You said that. Like I said, depends. Some days it's better than others. I'm not perfect, and just being the best version of myself. And I think from a team perspective, it's the same thing. If we can try and be the best version of ourselves every game, we're going to give ourselves a really good chance to win against anyone in the country. I think we're uber confident in the fact that, in our abilities, and when we're playing here or playing anywhere else, we expect to go somewhere and win, no matter who we're playing. So I think the expectation for us is to go game by game and try and beat the next team on schedule. But yeah, exactly.
Roman Holt.
Yeah, thank you so much.